Team hustle, team can't be stopped. Just cop 900 glory, get my fresh out the shop. Let's go rolling. I'm an expert on the lane. Smooth approach, about to roll a perfect game. And well connected with the sport's biggest names. We can't talk unless the X on the frame. I'm here asking the questions, clear the air and confusion. Fresh, humble, and arrogant with the logo infusion. Red cup for the right vibe. I got the answers, you going live with Bowtie.
Hey, what's going on, family and friends? What is the deal, man? I hope everyone is doing well. I had some complications today with this computer. I don't know why, but I'm here with a special guest. I am, my man. I'm so happy that she came on. You guys, ask her anything. She is in a hot seat for sure. She is definitely in Bowtie's hot seat today. Don't give her any passes, man. No, hey. So here, I'm gonna bring her to the screen. My girl, Miss Lindsay Boomershine. Boom. What's up?
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. I miss you so much.
I know, man. It's been forever since I've seen you.
I know. I think it was in California.
No, it was in Vegas, I think, the last time I seen you.
Oh, really? You weren't in Palm Springs?
Oh, you're right.
I was like, I swear.
No, you're right.
There.
You're right.
Okay.
That's my bad.
No, you're fine. But no, thank you for having me on the show. I'm excited.
Absolutely.
Super fun.
Yes. What's been going on, though? Talk to me.
Oh, so last Wednesday, I got back from the, PWBA bubble. It was fun. I went with my girl, Christy Leong. I called her like a week and a half before we went. And I was like, why don't you come bowl with me? Like, just come get out of the house. Cause California is still basically shut down. And I knew she had been struggling with that. And also, the passing, unfortunately, of her father, Terry. So
Absolutely.
I was like, come stay with me. Well, and she's like, I haven't bowled in, 8 months or whatever ridiculousness it was. And I was like, it doesn't matter. I'm like, I'll have Hank drill you some bowling balls. Just come hang out. Her layover was in Salt Lake. So she met me and then we went on to Dallas together. So it was a fun week. It was a long week. I'm not used to being the oldest person on most of my pairs. So, but no, it was good. It was harder to get back into competition than I anticipated because we hadn't bowled in so long, and really we don't have much to bowl around here, as you know. So I haven't really bowled that much competition. Right. So. But I made the cut in all 3 tournaments. I led the last one, and it was a really successful week. I was happy with how the show went. I wish I would have had a couple more hits in there to string them along. Yeah. But it was a good successful week, and I'm really thankful that we had the opportunity to have something to bowl.
Absolutely,
it was fun.
So look, we're gonna get the little person on, then we're gonna come back to bowling.
Okay.
Where were you born and raised?
Amherst, New York, which is right outside Buffalo.
So you a cold weather person, huh?
Yeah. Lake effect snow to its finest. But I grew up watching Liz Johnson's from Cheektowaga, which is just another suburb like Amherst was. So I watched her as an inspiration growing up bowling, and it was definitely an awesome area to grow up and have the opportunity to bowl every single weekend. Sweet. So it was a great place to grow up.
There you go. Do you have any siblings, or are you the only one?
No, just me.
Oh, so
I don't know.
Spoiled brat. That's what it is, huh?
No, I'm not. I'm the only child from this marriage. So, but basically it was just me. I'm not that spoiled. I like to work hard.
As you tell.
But it was great growing up. And I really got to focus on my bowling, and my dad took me, every weekend to go bowl, and my mom, basically worked her tail off so that I could go bowl. And, I'm really grateful for that. So it was always, you can get what you want, but you're going to have to work hard for it. So I'm spoiled, but not spoiled.
No, you're spoiled, period. Just leave it at that. You're spoiled. So childhood, like what other sports did you play?
I ran track. I played softball. But basically, at that time, I was so talented in bowling that, my parents were like, I think that you're going to need to choose. And I was like, okay at track, and I was okay at softball. But I was like, I love to bowl. And this is, watching my uncle is such an inspiration, Tom Baker, winning all those titles and everything. And, having him as more of an inspiration, to really strive to be on TV, to see him, I would watch him every single time. So it was a lot, but also it's been fun.
There you go.
It's been fun. Yeah.
So you said you're this other marriage. So mom and dad was in the house with you growing up through your childhood?
Yep. So my dad previously was married before. And then he got a divorce, and then he married my mom, and then they had me like 4 or 5 years later. So, but I had my other, step brothers and sisters around when I was growing up, but I was really the only one that just truly loved to bowl. So, and they were a little bit older than I was. And so, I think the age gap definitely, took into effect, and, where my life and where my, childhood path was leading me, which, was trying to be the best I could, and, and eventually going on to, college years, and, getting a scholarship to bowl at one of the top schools. So it was a lot of work.
So having mom and dad in the house, how do you feel? How did that play a role into turning you into the person you are today?
Well, it wasn't, I don't think anyone would say like, I had the best childhood ever, and, and nothing, is just handed to you, and nothing is easy. But, I try to look at, everything positively, and they always were like, just be honest.
Yeah.
They always strived and pushed me to achieve my goals and what I wanted. It didn't have to be bowling. I chose that.
Yeah.
And just to be like a good person. And then, for me, I just always want to have fun. Like yes. Yes.
We know this.
So I love it. I love hanging out with my friends. I love, having a good time. So they really taught me the balance of all that. And, obviously you don't make all the right decisions, but I think every mistake that I made basically turned into, something that I could learn from.
There you go. Yeah. Who do you consider to be the most influential person that was in your life? That's just like, you know what? I really wouldn't have made it without this person. I know it's a tough one. I know.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
I mean, for bowling wise, I would have to say, my uncle, because he has won on so many different levels, and he was amazing. I mean, he was truly, truly amazing. If I'm going with like just other athletes that, are awesome. I love watching Serena Williams in tennis, and I love Ronda Rousey, the fighter.
Why do you love her? She's aggressive. Whoa.
I know, but she gets it done. I mean, it's like, there is no fear. I mean, she doesn't care. Zero. So I read her book, and, I think she's interesting. She's, she's different. She's hardcore, and I think being a professional athlete, so is Serena. When you're at that level, you have to have some of those characteristics, I think, to truly be successful. So, and then obviously I already talked about my parents, but I wouldn't have been able to, aspire to, in juniors to go to college and then move on to like the professional ranks, without their help, and support. So sorry, it's like 5 people.
No, you're good. It's all good. Here's a question from LJ Wright. It says,
okay.
Do very good, great bowlers had times when they feel physically good, but while bowling, their timing and mechanics go haywire for no good reason. And no matter what do you do and can't fix it right away? How do you do that?
Well, I mean, yeah, it happens all the time. So LJ, let me tell you, like there are some mornings I wake up and it's not working. Like I feel discombobulated. You know, I mean, I feel like one foot isn't going in front of the other. You know, and it's hard, but I think realizing that it's happening at that moment, and then, you know, kind of going back to your process
Yep.
and, you know, just not really getting frustrated, you know, like just say everything's going left off my hand. You know, at that point I would be like, I'm going to play everything a little bit more left. Or if everything's going right, I'm like, I'm going to square up to see like what I'm bowling on and kind of get back hopefully into the groove.
Right.
I mean, there's some days that it doesn't matter. So, but you know, I really try to keep like very level headed,
Yep.
LJ, and I try to go back and, you know, restart. And now before every tournament or squad, or league or whatever it may be, I don't put, you know, I don't kind of put a stipulation on what I'm supposed to be achieving during that block or that session. And I think that that's really something that's important, that's helped me, is not putting that expectation of added pressure on yourself.
Yep.
Because, you know, you can only do your best, and, you know, some days are better than others. Some days you get the breaks, some days you don't. So, you know, that's definitely something, you know, the sport of bowling, it's so different than, you know, most other sports.
Oh, absolutely.
There's a lot of different factors that go into it. So keep your head up, LJ, and, you know, just try to, you know, do you. I always try to do me. I'm always me.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, it took a while to get here, 35, but you know, we're here, and, you know, I'm just, you know, trying to be the best version of myself, and I think
That's
that
where
that
it
kind of
starts.
that's where it starts.
Man.
So after a few frustrating, you know, blocks here and there, seasons, you know, I really did some soul searching. So, and it helps.
So did you read any books to find it, or what? It was just like, who did you go talk to? Did you go to counseling? How did you get through it?
My mental coach, Mike Shady, we worked Turbo Collegiate Expo together.
Yep.
And it was in between, I believe it was 2018, maybe 2017. It was in between when we had like have a break, because we would bowl during the summer, like April, May, and June, and then July we would have off because of junior gold. And he really, you know, helped me basically, you know, really work through what I needed to work through. And it was concentration charts. It was, there's this app called Mindspace, Headspace. I use that a lot. You can do a subscription. I used to watch that while I was working out. So you're working out while you're in motion. I read a lot of, you know, professional athletes books, but really I just kind of looked within myself of what I wanted to achieve. Right. And moving forward and making sure to keep that temperament down to the lowest you can. And then also accepting like all the feelings you know, like you're going to be nervous and you're going to be excited and you're going to be anxious. And right. I think one of the biggest things for me was that I tried to push like all those aside instead of like fully embracing it. And so, yeah.
That's a good one there. Because the nerves are going to come no matter what. I don't care if you shot 300 100 times or it's on your first one. The nerves are going to be there. And I said, trust me, I've been there and I know. And yeah, trust me. So where did you attend college?
University of Nebraska, Lincoln.
Okay. Cornhusker.
Cornhusker, yes.
What did you study there?
I graduated with a Bachelor of Arts and Science in English.
Okay. Now, do you bowling there at Nebraska? I know it's one of the top schools. Mm-hmm. Did that prepare you for moving on to that next level?
It did, you know, and I was so hoping that, you know, when I graduated, that the tour would have, you know, had some sight of a relaunch, you know, in the window frame of, you know, graduating, you know, when you get out of college, you're so young. I think that there's still a process that you need to go through,
Yeah.
especially if you're going to go right onto tour. But it was a great school. I mean, it was awesome. Like, we got treated basically like royalty. Now it's even better. We were sponsored by Adidas. We got tons of apparel. We had trainers. We had workout equipment. We had our own, like, where we could go eat. It was different than the other cafeteria from the dorm. So it was really special.
Oh wow, y'all really got that special treatment.
Yeah, it was awesome. Well, it's mostly, I think, because of the football team, but we were included in it, which was great. So,
Yeah.
and then it also gave scholarships to to basically give women the opportunity to go to school, at a lower cost, which was highly important at that time. I mean, I went to school in 2004 to 2008. So, I mean, it was a while ago. And at that time, I would say, the tour folded. There wasn't a lot of women's scholarships available. So I thought what they were doing was, pretty substantial and awesome. So I enjoyed going there. It was fun. And it was definitely strict.
Yeah.
We practiced for a lot of hours. We did a lot of different drills. And I think that really, helped. I still use some of the stuff that they taught me in Nebraska still to this day.
That's a good thing. So
Yeah.
This guy, Christopher Williams, said, hello. So my question is, because I've recently started opening up to using more angles. I had a week where from angles, I couldn't kick out the 10. In this scenario, do you choose to keep the pocket or chase carry continuously?
It depends on what the other people around you are bowling. So if
Are you saying on that pair, you mean? Or
no, like around you. So like if I'm bowling like a stop and I'm like 9 spare, 9 spare, 9 spare, and everyone else around me is, 5 in a row, 6, like it's significantly higher.
right.
Or I'm looking at the scores overall, I'm definitely going to have to try something different. Whether that be with equipment wise, whether that be with my hand, whether that be with maybe a sharper angle with a more aggressive back end ball, or maybe tightening up my angles a little bit and going, straighter. I have 3 releases that I have been trying to perfect for a while now. And so that's what I base it off of is, my A release, which is your most comfortable, constant, what you feel you could be the most successful at.
Yep.
I have my B, which is like, one step up from that, hook it a little bit more, get more on it.
Yep.
And then I have C, where let's just take all that out of play and just really try to get it into a roll and go more end over end. And so then once I find that choice, then, it's kind of back and forth, but I go from equipment to release and then back. So if you're just bowling league and you're bowling a tournament and the scores are really hard and you have control of the pocket, then no, I'm not going to make a drastic change. So I have to always, I hope that answers your question.
No, that's a great answer. That is true. Like I said, the scores are low and you still in the pocket, don't give it away. But if the score is high and you're not striking, you better figure it out real fast.
Exactly. So that's kind of where I base it off of. Like even when I bowl league, if I'm losing to the guy that I'm bowling against, I'm going to be like, okay, I need to do something different. But if I'm winning, shooting 190, like, I don't care because I just want to win.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I just feel like if you're going to hit the pocket, and you can do that consistently, then, I think that it kind of evens out that eventually you're going to get that carry. But like I said, you'd maybe want to stay in that ball line, that we have, or, kind of switch it up. So, yeah.
Okay. Look, he responded and said, it really does
good.
help. He appreciates the feedback.
Okay.
Kenny Saxton asks, do you think bowling is the most competitive sport all time?
Well, it's definitely more difficult. I feel like there's so many factors, in bowling, and it's an individual sport. Like you're bowling the pins, right? You're not bowling anyone else. Like you're bowling you. Yeah. So obviously, sometimes you get luckier breaks than not. But no, I would say that like all of us are pretty competitive. I mean, no one that's a professional athlete is going to like to lose. Otherwise, you might need a new job.
Hey, I agree 100%.
So I don't know if it's the
100%.
most competitive sport, but it's definitely, on top challenging with all the different factors that go into it.
Absolutely. Hey, my boy, what up, John? John says, hi, can you tell us about one of your greatest moments of success on the lanes?
Yes. It was when me and my best friend, PWBA roommate, Alicia Current, and I won the women's doubles 5 days before me and Hank got married in 2012. And I went on after we had taken the lead in doubles, because we had to wait like for the tournament to be like officially over.
Yeah.
I went on to take the lead in all events. So we ended up winning 2 titles in doubles, and then I won the title in all events. And it was a great day. Like, that's when I go back to a peaceful place, that's where I go back to.
Okay.
So that's but other than that, I would say just last week, I mean, it was a good show. I hit the pocket every time except for the fill shot. So, to me, I'm super excited to be moving forward. Because I know that if I keep putting myself there and I keep doing what I'm telling all of you, because you're asking me questions about it, that, the win will come, because,
Absolutely.
I work really hard. I don't post like a ton on social media, but I guarantee you that I'm in there, working my butt off.
You threw the ball really, really well. I was proud of you.
Thanks. Oh, you're so
look,
nice.
See, Carla said, Lindsay, you threw
Oh,
the
thanks,
ball
Carla.
Yes.
Oh.
No, you threw it very well. Hey, how long have you been married?
Since 2012. So
where did you guys meet?
We met when you remember when the ladies had that stop? It was with the PBA, and we qualified from the US Open. I believe it was in 2009. It might have been 2008. But I had started throwing some of the Storm stuff. Some of my friends, were helping me out. I didn't really know anything. I just had graduated college. We didn't have anything to bowl. So we became friends, and he just kind of, helped me out on some of the, drilling me some stuff, because I bowled really good that tournament. It was in Denver. It was the Deandra and Brian Voss one.
Okay.
So I think it was in 2009. It was like the PBA mixed doubles, and basically you qualified, and then you got paired up for like what you qualified as.
Right.
So I had qualified 5th. I got paired up with Patrick Allen, and that was basically where I first, met Hank, started talking to him about some of the bowling balls.
Yep.
And then I didn't really see him for a long time after that, and we just continued being friends. And then I saw him later. It was probably like a year and a half later, and we went to dinner and, had some drinks, and it was the rest is history.
So do you remember where you went for that first date?
Yes, I do. It was at South Point at Don Vito's.
That's a steak place too.
Yeah, it's Italian too, and they have Chiappino. They have Chiappino, which is like my favorite. But yeah, we were there for something. I don't remember, because we always used to stay at South Point, and it was good. But we've had a lot of, we do a lot of stuff together. I now am like a golf fanatic. Like, I love it. I never played before, like, at all. And then he's like, why don't you come and like play? And I'm like, I'm terrible. And so now it's been like 6 years. I was. And he's like really good. So I'm missing the ball. I'm losing balls. It was awful.
Oh,
so then
me,
finally
I'm still in that level. Don't worry.
So then we moved into this house, and the golf course is like literally right here. And Aiden really got into it as he's been getting older, because he's going to be 4 at the end of this month. And
God, already?
I know, right? I know. But see, again, older. That's how I feel, older. So with COVID and all that stuff happening, like all we could do is play golf. So we just, went and played all the time. It kept us sane. And I really got better. I took my first golf lesson, which was interesting, because I've never had like a professional lesson in any other sport. And then I coach people as well. So it was really interesting to see like his technique on how to coach someone that's not very good. So, which is me.
But see, I told you, I think personally, I don't know if like whoever I was talking to in my last show or the show before last, I think all men should watch women sports, period.
Mhm.
I don't care. They have the best fundamentals and techniques I've ever seen. In golf, you may not have the most powerful swing, you have the most fluid swing, and the ball just goes. And I hate it because I try to whack the ball and it goes, but it doesn't go where it's supposed to go.
Right. No, I believe me. I envision myself like hitting it, like Tiger Woods, but it's not happening. I mean,
Yeah.
I want it to go up in the air and come back down. I mean,
No, not.
no. But it's super fun. I really, we go with this other couple. We hang out, my best friends in Utah, Sue Ling and Tom. We golf like every Saturday, and we would go to like different places, and it was good because it literally kept me sane. Because I'm like, I'm supposed to be bowling out on tour right now, and everything was canceled. So it was kind of like my saving grace, and I'm not gonna give it up.
There you go. Just know, now that I know that, I will never golf with you and Hank ever. Thank you. Thank you. It's good to know. Nice. See, Tabitha said, hey, she really enjoyed watching you this past event, and FYI, she had you to pick that last one.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's hard. It's like you have to win twice. So thank you. Oh, hey, Jordan.
Yeah.
But no, it's like you have to win twice because there I'm winning matches and I'm just taking one game at a time. And me and Hank had this like joke, just get the W's. So like every game I would take it, W, and then that's what we were like texting back and forth. So for me, like that was a great tournament to lead because it was all match play. So if you didn't win matches, you were not going to. Hi, Paul. You were not going to, be at the top. So it was definitely a good start to the year. I'm happy. I'm happy about it. So
and like I said,
thanks.
those 30 bonus pins, they play a factor.
They do. they do. I mean, I've maybe bowled great matches and shot maybe 210, 220 and lost. And then you're so far, you're significantly lower because you're not getting those 30 bonus pins. So they make a huge, huge difference. So I really enjoyed the format of this tournament. It was something that had never been done. We have 2 more that are like the week-long ones. Yep. I enjoy that. You're in one place. I didn't really mind the bubble. Me and Christy never like left obviously the hotel except to go to the bowl and come back. Yeah. But Instacart and Uber Eats was our jam because you could order whatever you wanted.
How did your body feel after bowling every day for so long?
Honestly, it got better as time went on. When I was bowling match play, I think it's more mentally like, every time I'm like, okay, this block is 8 games. Okay, this block is 8 games. Everyone's tired. I mean, I'm sore. I'm not super young. I'm not old, but that's I'm not. But and so you have to take that into consideration. But I think it was more like mind over matter. Like this is how many games I signed up to bowl. I'm taking it, one frame, then one game, one win, and I'm just going to keep going through that. But also, I think that bowling, since the tour relaunched and us having to bowl 16 games in one day, really prepared me for, something like this.
Okay. I think Tennille and the rest of the PWBA staff did a really, really, really amazing job. Hands down. Like I said, I texted her and told her, Tennille, I was proud of you guys. Like you guys really, really did an amazing job, especially to keep the bowlers safe, so they felt safe and they can do what they love. So it was absolutely amazing to watch.
No, and I was scared. I didn't know what was going to happen, if we were even going to have it. I was hoping, but Tennille and Rob and everybody. I mean, they really outdid themselves. You know, and Lou Marquez, he runs the ITRC now, and Nick did the lanes. There was only like 2 breakdowns in all those games.
Oh wow.
I've never ever seen anything like that. And he, you know, and he did the lanes. He works at ITRC. You know, when we went into the paddock, there was tape, and it had your name on it, and that was your space. And so it made things very simple, very organized, very easy. And I know that took a lot of time and effort to do that. So, I mean, wholeheartedly, I thank you to them and, you know, Chad Murphy and Frank DeSocia for, you know, believing in women's bowling. I mean, it's truly something amazing. And I'm hoping that, you know, things go back to a little bit more of normalcy, I would say, come April, because I don't know, you know, that was not easy, but it was more feasible with them having it there and them all working there and all of us being there for a significant amount of time.
Correct.
So I just hope that things start getting better and we can, you know, go back to our, you know, full-time schedule. So, but they did an amazing job. Tennille's an amazing person, and I'm happy that I get to, you know, learn from her and be friends with her, and also, you know, basically work for her so she never yells at me.
Don't be afraid. Hey, Paul asked, hey, what was your main ball choice during the Hall of Fame Classic?
So I threw 3 different ones kind of throughout the 24 games. I would say the phase 2, I used probably 5 games. The High Road Pearl with a lot of surface on it was my go-to. That's what I used in the match.
Okay.
I kind of went with lower end bowling balls and more surface. And then I also, because I didn't want to use something strong, because on that 41-foot pattern, you really couldn't open up your angles like the previous 2 shots.
And you can see that. That's what's crazy. When you were watching, you can see you had to keep your angles a little tighter. Earlier, like in the week, you can, you know, loop it, and Yes. So I was like, this is where, you know, number 3 release is going to come in. This is where I'm going to keep it in front of the pocket. I'm going to use something that's controllable. And then also I put 1,000 Brit with the Storm Reacta Scuff on my UC2, which is the Rubicon Pearl. Yep.
So those were my three balls of choice. For the previous 2 tournaments, I mostly used an all road for 18 games.
Wow.
I love that ball. I mean, I feel like that ball always gets forgotten. I love that ball. It's my jam. I mean, I was like, Hank, this just got discontinued. I'm going to need a backup case in my garage.
And see, look, you have that. You have the man, the right man, and right in your corner, just like, hey, babe, you want to go to dinner? You want dinner? I need these balls like that.
Well, I wouldn't threaten him, but yeah, no I mean.
Oh, man. No. What are your short-term goals and long-term goals being out on tour?
Well, I think, you know, short-term, obviously, my main goal is to win a title. I aspire and been working on my game to do that. I wouldn't go out there if I didn't think that I was capable of doing that. Mm-hmm. So that's definitely my goal for this year. The way I started out, you know, just taking in the points and, you know, now kind of really believing in the fact that I have all these tools. It's come all together. Yeah. You know, I would love, you know, down the road or maybe this season to be in contention to be, you know, player of the year. I was player of the year at Nebraska. I was All-American. You know, I accomplished a lot. And so this, I feel like, is my last, you know, stepping stone. But the one thing that I've learned is that I can't look for the result. I have to stick to my process and stick to how I got there. And I think that was one of the biggest changes that I've made. So short term for this year, win a couple titles, 1 at least.
Yep.
And then long term, keep, my body healthy, keep my mind, calm and safe, and, keep getting better. I feel like every day, all of us could get better some way or another.
There you go. Hey, you see, LJ said, if you ever get tired of those all roads, send them home.
See? LJ is another fan of the all road. I'm telling you, I love that ball. It's great.
Who do you consider to be the most competitive woman out there on tour right now?
Oh, Shannon O'Keefe.
Hands down, huh?
Hands down. It's amazing, what she's accomplished, especially since the tour relaunch. She's super competitive, just like, all of us are and thrive, to be. But to me, it stands out like the most, because I feel like she's in that position a lot more. So you see like all of the versatility and all of the different shows she's been on. So for me, like, I would probably watch that the most.
Yeah.
And I think it's great because I know that she struggled for a long time to achieve what she wanted to achieve. And, we've talked about that, and, she made a change in her mental game, and that's what really, thrived this whole success of hers. But I mean, everyone's competitive. And that's the other, everyone is competitive.
But some people just see it in her. Between her and Liz Johnson, it's just in their face. It's just like, don't mess with me. Leave me alone. This is me.
Yeah. No, and I mean, Liz is another one, because she's pretty straight-faced. You don't know what she's thinking. I've watched her bowl since I was, super young. She's an amazing competitor. I mean, obviously she's the GOAT. I mean, she's won 5 US Opens in a row. I mean, there's not much you can't say about her. And she's Liz is an amazing person. She's Absolutely. An amazing person.
I was afraid to talk to her.
Really? Oh, she's so sweet.
When I did, it's like a big old smile opened up, and I was like, oh, she smiled. Wait, like, and it's just like, it was seriously, man. Because like when we see you ladies out there bowling, it's like you guys are in your mode, and it's just like, oh, okay. But then after the shows and after you finish bowling, it's like, man, they're like down to earth. They're amazing. It's just like cool.
Yeah. I mean, you know me. So I'm, on the lanes, it's all business. Off the lanes, like, let's go to a nice dinner. Let's have fun, when stuff was normal. So I miss going to dinners with my friends. But, we're all competitive. Like I said, when we first started the show, if you are not competitive and you think that you don't work hard and you can't win, then, you shouldn't be striving to be the very top at that level of a professional athlete. So that's just kind of how it is. Now, you see it probably outwardly more than anyone, but that's why I named Shannon, because you see it the most.
Yes.
But that doesn't take away from anyone else that they're fierce. They'll come for you. I mean, they're coming. They're going to come for you. They don't care.
What makes you think Storm Products is the right fit for your game?
Because my husband makes the bowling balls? No, I'm just kidding. No, Storm, when Bill started the company, Chrisman, in 1985, he is such an amazing person. Sorry. And Barbara, they started the company. And, since I live in Utah, I've gotten to know them. They've taken me in as part of their family. And they really, thrive to make the best bowling balls. I feel like with the arsenal that's out there, especially now adding Global 900, I don't like to add too many bowling balls to my arsenal, but I do like to try new stuff.
Right.
Is so versatile. I mean, just like I described to you, I don't think anyone would have been like, oh, Lindsay's #1 choice is a High Road Pearl that was react-a-scuff to 1,000 and then dry hit with 500. I mean, that's, but that, for those patterns that I've bowled on previously and struggled, that's where I really, was like, I need to know all the bowling balls. I need to know what's in our line, and I need to know what's best and the fit for my game. and I feel like it complements it really well. If I want to go straight, we have a ton of urethane. We have a ton of, lower reactive bowling balls to
Yep.
do multiple things with. We have, the IQ Tour, which I think an All Road and IQ Tour Nano are just staples. They're awesome. And then you have the most aggressive, bowling balls that I think are on the market. I mean, the Proton Physics is a beast. I mean, I couldn't even throw that thing. I was like, I'm going to take the 4-pin off over here. So, no. So no, I think that it's a lot of versatility. You shiny, dull, you can kind of, drill it best fit for your game.
Yep.
And it's the Bowlers Company. It's a wonderful company to be a part of, not just bowling wise, personal wise. And, all of them that work at Storm Bowling Products really do care about all of our athletes.
There you go. There you go. Do you lay out your own equipment? Do you drill your own equipment?
So that's my last learning thing. Hank's going to teach me how to drill. I do know the whole layout system. I have kind of narrowed down what like 3 layouts work best for me. So we've kind of been sticking with that, and it's been working really well because I know exactly what to go to, when to go to it, and I know what it's going to do.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, Jamie Wells says, silly question. What ball had your least favorite scent?
Least favorite scent? I don't know. I haven't hated any of them, but I'm not like picky. So I just like that they smell so good.
So
and then
tell
my
me
car.
this, answer this question. Have you ever sat at the line and just took a deep breath and just and just inhale like, yes.
I'd probably, if I'm thinking about it correctly, I'd probably have to say the Crux Pearl. But I love that ball because me and Hank won the state doubles championship with it. But it was an odd smell. So that's the only one that was coming into. But it was an amazing bowling ball. So it had something that I didn't, love. But I love when I get in my car and there's like
that is your car
fruity. Yeah, that's my car scent. I don't need any air fresheners. Like I had Storm bowling balls. I'm telling you.
They said the Crossroad. I don't know what the Crossroad smells like.
Oh, my friend Christopher Walker. Hi, Chris. The Crossroad. I don't remember what that smelled like. So I don't know. That was a while ago.
So when things were shut down, what did you do with your downtime besides play golf?
Well, once the gym started opening up back up, me and Hank, did that. I basically wanted to keep Aiden as happy as I could. He was at an age where he really didn't understand what was going on. So me and Hank tried to do like a lot of fun games around the house and, all that kind of stuff because, he knew that usually we do stuff together. Like every weekend, like I would take him somewhere or we'd go to lunch or something like that. So I try to keep it the most normal and fun for him so that he didn't get like super bored or like, what's wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Victory Road.
Yeah,
Maple.
Victory.
I like Maple though. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, Chris said caramel. I guess the Crux was maybe caramel.
It was Oh no, the Crossroad was caramel. Oh, I like caramel.
Yes.
See, I'm not picky. I'm like, I like maple and caramel. So.
Oh man. Hey, out of all the brands, I mean, from Storm products to Brunswick brands to whatever, what was your favorite ball?
IQ Tour.
Hands down.
Hands down. For life. That's what I won all those titles with. That's what I love bowling with. It's so reliable, it's controllable, and I mean, really, you can use it on so many different patterns. So I think I've thrown Storm stuff for 10 plus years now. So I would have to go with the standard, the benchmark ball of all balls, the IQ Tour.
There you go. All right, I know you got to meet up with CDB.
I do. Yeah. No.
I know. Guys, I don't know, what is it going to be on?
I think they have she does it through Skype. So if you go to Ballard's Bowling Academy,
Yeah.
it's gonna be on there. I know they have a Facebook page.
Okay.
Yeah, so let me see. I think it's Ballard. Yeah, Ballard's Bowling Academy. It's like this here. Let's see.
Oh, we can't see.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I don't know. Ballard's Bowling Academy. Like I said, she's going to be on the show with CDB.
Yeah, in about 40 minutes.
Yeah. What is your favorite food?
Sushi. No, that wasn't a good answer for you?
I don't eat seafood, so I could care less.
Oh,
Yeah.
well then my next one was chiapino, which is a seafood stew. So I guess I'm out.
Yeah, you're completely out. You're done. You're done.
Okay, I like ribeyes.
Oh, now we're talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like, me and Hank try to do a low carb diet as best we can. I eat a lot of meats, seafood, but sushi is.
It's there, huh?
It's there.
Yeah. So, what is your favorite food to cook?
I cook. Actually, one of my favorite hobbies, which people probably don't know, is I love to cook. Like, I watch the Food Network channel all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we do pork loins, we do ribeyes, but my specialty is Italian, which is my famous Lindsay Boomershine meatballs and sauce.
So when am I going to taste these then?
You can come here whenever you want when the world goes back to normal.
Got you.
You're more than welcome to. We always love I love cooking dinner for my friends that come and visit us in town, and so anytime you want.
Okay.
Anytime.
I just look. I'm skinny, but inside I'm fat. Just FYI, I'm giving you a heads up.
Okay. Well, the crock pot's like this big, and so you'll have a bunch of meatballs, and you can have spaghetti or raviolis. You pick the pasta. I got you.
What about garlic bread?
Yeah, I mean, I'll make it for you. I'm just not going to eat it.
Why not? What's wrong with garlic bread?
Because we try to do like low carbs.
But eating a little piece of garlic bread, it's not going to hurt you.
Yeah, but then if you have this little piece, then it turns into the whole piece, and then it turns into the box, and then I'm like, man, I shouldn't have done that because I'm dipping it in the sauce. Like,
So you already know it's like bacon. When you wake up in the morning and you smell bacon, and it's just like, and you like one of like 2 pieces, and then that 2 pieces turn into like 4, and then this next thing you know, you're back in the kitchen again. Trust me, I know.
No, I know. And then like my son, Aiden, like he had 5 pieces of bacon this morning. So I had to literally go back and do exactly what you just said because I had to make more bacon for myself.
Yes. And so does Hank like to cook?
Yeah, Hank's specialty, which I cannot make, is chicken and dumplings.
Really?
Oh, he makes a mean dumpling.
Oh.
I tried to do it the one time. They're falling apart. They're flaking all over the place. I mean, it's over boiling. And he's like, what were you doing? And I was like, well, I was stirring it. And he's like, no, you have to slowly stir. I was like,
well, you should have been like, you know what? I won't fix that anymore. That is all you.
I don't even try anymore. So he doesn't try to make meatballs, and I don't try to make chicken and dumplings.
Yeah, man. See, I'm gonna have to get Hank on here and talk to him one day too.
He would love to. We love doing this kind of stuff. We love to hear from, everybody that either we know or haven't seen or don't know, because, like you kind of said, you don't know what type of person we are on the lanes. So most people would be like, oh, she's really serious. Like her RBF is like ridiculous right now, which Google that, people, if you don't know what RBF is. My best friend has a really good one too, but
it's real. That
yeah, you can Google it. But we look serious because we are serious. So we love doing this kind of stuff because it's, you guys get to ask us what you want, and you get to know, me, and then hopefully that entices you, when our season starts back up again, to follow me or see me at an event if there ever is going to be spectators again, or something like that, or help with your game. I do a lot of coaching, and it's definitely something that I do love to do. So I love meeting new people that love the sport of bowling. So, that's why we love to, do this stuff. I enjoy it. And you get to, because you know me, but, maybe
But
the
see,
other
like I
people
said, the
don't.
reason of this show was to get to know the bowler outside the bowling alley, and this is exactly why I created this platform, and I love it. Like I said, yes, I know you, but I've learned new things today.
Yeah, no, I mean, I will cook for you. I'm very organized. I, love to do fun stuff. So yeah, I mean, whenever you're ready to come to Utah, can you handle the snow though? No.
Hey, I went to school at the University of Montana. I think I'm okay.
Oh, well then they
Yeah,
get it's way colder up there than here.
yeah, and I got a speeding ticket coming from driving here to Montana. I got a speeding ticket through Utah, so trust me,
Yeah, they're not nice about it either. So,
I tried to get away, and it wasn't happening, and I was just like, just give me my ticket so I can keep going.
See, I didn't know that about you, that you went to the University of Montana.
Yeah.
That's awesome. No. And you've always been great. I've always enjoyed talking to you when we've seen each other, and I can't wait for us to get back there. I really can't.
Yeah. Well, look, enjoy your evening, enjoy your show
Thank
with
you.
CDB, and thank you for coming on. And hey, keep kicking ass out there.
I will. Thank you so much for having me. I will come on anytime. And I miss you. And thanks so much for having me again. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. See ya.
Bye.
Guys, that was my girl Lindsay, man. She is out there making moves for on the tour right now. And like I said, I do hope that things open up for them. I love, to watch women bowling. I just love bowling, period. And guys, so tomorrow we have the young phenom. You guys seen her bowl in the tournament at the Kickoff Classic out there in Arlington, and she made a name for herself. I have the 16-year-old Jillian Martin coming on the show tomorrow, and I'm super excited to watch her or hear her, talk to her, and see her future, man. And so like I said, guys, be ready. Okay, I appreciate it, Carla. Hey, so be ready to talk to the young phenom, 16-year-old. And so, hey, as always, guys, we begin and we end the same way. So, thank you. Thank you for tuning in, for everybody. Thank you, Lindsay, for coming on.
I got a strike while the iron is hot. One of one, don't follow flocks. Man, I got this on lock. Team Harvey, team hustle, team can't be stopped. Just cop 900 glory, get some fresh out the shop. Let's all rolling. I'm an expert on the lane. Yeah. Smooth approach, about to roll a perfect game. And well connected with the sport's biggest names. We can't talk unless the X on the frame. I'm here asking the questions, clear the air and confusion. Fresh, humble, and arrogant with the logo infusion. Red cup for the right vibe. I got the answers, you going live with Bowtie.
Y'all already know, man. Going live with Bowtie is it. That's my thing, man. And I appreciate all the support, man. I just feel it's just good to be back, seeing everybody, talking to everybody, reading the questions. Be ready tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific time, wherever you are. My time is 5 p.m. We're going to go talk to Jillian Martin. So be ready, have your questions ready, and I'm super, super stoked, man. So as always, take care of yourself. Self is first. Stay healthy, stay safe, man. Stay safe. As always, though. Peace. Bowtie out.